Just here or
Okay. I've debated speaking this evening since all my attempts with MISD have been unsuccessful over the past 9 months. 9 months. However, after the bullied threat of being arrested by the Bear Branch Elementary School principal, I can no longer stay quiet. I am a stay-at-home, church-going mother to a 4th grader and triplets in 3rd grade. My kids are my world. 3 years ago, my family relocated from a neighboring school district. For the past 2 years, I've enjoyed walking my kids home from Bear Branch Elementary. I was safely able to meet my children on school property and walk them along the grass just 0.2 miles to my home. Before school started, myself and a neighbor took the time to go to the school with our 7 enrolled students of Bear Branch and introduce ourselves to the new principal. We were met with support and told we could absolutely walk home from school, albeit changing her mind several days later and asked us to support her decision for the start of the school year, and we could discuss at the end of August. Bear Branch had a rough start, but my neighbor and I remained respectful and supported our principal. At the end of August, during our first meeting with the principal, we were told it was the Lake Windcrest Homeowners Association was the reason that walkers were not permitted, which we were able to prove incorrect. At our second meeting, besides telling us because we were blessed to live in those nice houses behind the school didn't mean the rules would change for us, we were then told the new reason was it was the decision of the superintendent. Over 50 emails later, a meeting with the superintendent, our suggestions, questions, and comments fell on deaf ears. We weren't receiving a return email or phone calls. March 30th, my neighbor and I decided to walk our kids home from school. We carried our car rider signs and walked to the front of the school. We didn't make a scene, we were not disruptive or disrespectful. A teacher called for our children, and all 7 children walked safely home with us with their mothers. My world changed at 5:30 p.m. that night when a constable rang my doorbell and my 4 children went to answer the door. The constable explained if I attempted to walk my children home from Bear Branch Elementary again, I would be charged with a Class B misdemeanor and could be arrested for criminal trespassing. In addition, I would be prohibited from stepping foot on any MISD property. He handed me this letter from the principal of Bear Branch that had nothing to do with walking my kids home from school. I ask you, board members, how would you feel if someone didn't like your actions and sent a constable to your home in front of your neighbors, your spouse, your children? As a parent that volunteers at the school 2 to 3 days a week, help me understand how fear, threats, and intimidation are a successful tool to silence and have parents conform. This was then followed by a 2-hour meeting with the Director of Student Affairs who promised I would hear from him. 11 days later, I'm still waiting for a return phone call. Yet again, trying to work with Magnolia Independent School District, I sent another email with my neighbor asking for a sit-down meeting to resolve this. Again, nothing but a brief message from the superintendent saying walking wasn't an issue because it just wasn't fair. My parental rights are being violated. The district is stating that they have authority over my children. Does the school trump my parental rights? It's a dangerous place that we've all reached here. People move to Texas from all over the world because people believe this state is still a place where the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and civil liberties matter. Laws are not instituted just as a matter of convenience. After receiving legal counsel, there is a law that provides support for this situation. Section 8542 of Every Student Succeeds Act clearly states the school cannot prohibit a child from traveling to and from school on foot, car, bus, or bike.
Ms. Burke, you have 1 minute.
When the parents of the child has given permission. It also protects the parents from civil or criminal charges for allowing their child to responsibly and safely travel to and from the school. This is explicitly clear. We're merely asking for our children to be released to our custody at 3:25 when the school is over to walk home. To this point, we have kept quiet and have not spoken with the media. This is embarrassing and utterly unnecessary. We love Bear Branch and don't want to create a bad name for our children's school. How much more can we do on our part to resolve this? We have followed every request to work with MISD to come up with a procedure to allow our children to walk with us at 3:25. Being ignored and threatened by the police is not a way to work together and solve the problem. The appeal I make here tonight to you, the board, is to help put an immediate stop to this snowball that is moving down the mountain. Help us. Let's stop it before it gets too big. Is this a safety issue or a fairness issue? Nowhere can I see a connection between what's fair and what's safe. Bear Branch Elementary School is not solely the principal's school, it's our school, it's your school, it's all of these folks' school, and it's my kids' school.